In a particular village lived a food vendor named Binta. Binta was known throughout the village for her excellent cooking. Her food was legendary, drawing people from every corner of the village to her small, humble restaurant at the market. Every meal she prepared was a symphony of flavors, earning her the highest praise from the villagers. They all spoke of her meals with admiration, declaring that no other food could compare to Binta's. Binta was a woman of grace and pride. Her cooking skills were unmatched, and she took immense pride in her craft. Her restaurant became the heartbeat of the village, with people lining up for hours just to taste her delicious meals. Her fame spread far and wide, and it wasn't long before the entire village was buzzing with her food. It seems as if everyone, from the children to the elders, from the men to the women, had fallen under the spell of Binta's cooking. The queue at Binta's restaurant were often long, and it became a daily ritual for many to queue up, patiently waiting for their turn. The aroma of her food went through the air, drawing people like ants to sugar. The popularity of her restaurant was such that it was sometimes hard to get a table. People waited patiently, even though at times there were barely enough food to go around. Yet, no one complained. They were all more than willing to endure the wait for a taste of Binta's tasty meals. One day, a woman named Maran, who had recently arrived to the village to visit her friend, decided to try the much talked about restaurant. Maran had heard numerous stories about Binta's food and was eager to taste the famous dishes for herself. Little did she know that this visit would lead her to a shocking revelation. Maran was exhausted after her long journey, and a hungry stomach made her way to Binta's restaurant. She waited in line like everyone else, her anticipation growing with each passing minute. When she finally got to the front of the line, she was greeted by the sight of Binta, who looked as radiant and welcoming as ever. The moment Maran saw Binta, she was struck by a strange sense of familiarity. As she took her seat and waited for her meal, Maran's curiosity got the better of her. She couldn't help but stare at Binta, who was bustling around, serving food with a warm smile. Suddenly, it hit her like a bolt of lightning. Binta was not a stranger to her. She had seen this woman before. She knows this woman. Maran remembers that Binta was actually someone from her own village, who had passed away 2 years ago. The woman she had known as a friend had died after a brief illness, and now here she was, alive and serving food. This realization struck Maran hard. She felt a chill run down her spine, and her heart raced. Unable to contain her shock, Maran called out to Binta using her old name. The moment she did, Binta's face turned pale. She looked around nervously, her eyes wide with fear. Without a word, Binta vanished into thin air, leaving Maran stunned and alone. Maran was left with a mix of fear and confusion. She tried to understand what she had just witnessed. The realization that Binta was a ghost returning to the world of the living to serve food was both unsettling and fascinating. Maran knew she had to share her discovery with the villagers. When Maran told her experience to her friend and the other villagers, they were initially skeptical. It seemed too unreal to be true. However, as Maran described the details and the shock in Binta's eyes, they began to believe that there might be some truth to her story. The villagers soon started reflecting on their experience with Binta's food. They had all enjoyed her meal, often to the point of neglecting their own kitchen. They realized that they had been so enchanted by the taste of Binta's cooking that they had stopped cooking at home and had forgotten about their own culinary skills. The thought that they might have been eating food prepared by a ghost disturbed them deeply. As the villagers grappled with this truth, Binta's former customers began to avoid her restaurant. The once busy eatery now stood empty and silent. The villagers' fear of the unknown and their newfound knowledge about Binta's true identity made them wary of returning. many felt deceived and disillusioned. The story of Binta, the ghostly cook, became a cautionary tale in the village. It served as a reminder that not everything that seems perfect is without its flaws. The villagers learned to be more cautious about what they consume and where they obtain their food. They realized that sometimes things that seems too good to be true might carry hidden dangers. They became more aware of their own needs and the importance of staying grounded. Binta's deception story also made the villagers more appreciative of their own skills and tradition. They returned to their kitchens. They took pride in their own cooking, realizing that there was no substitute for the care and the effort put into preparing food with one's own hand. In the end, Binta's story left a lasting impact on the village. It taught them to appreciate their own skills and to be more discerning about their choices. The villagers learned to value what they had and to be cautious of things that seemed too perfect. The tale of Binta, the ghost cook, became a part of the village folklore, reminding future generations to be careful about where they place their trust. Through Binta's story, the people learned to balance their appreciation for excellence with a healthy dose of doubt. They realized that not everything that glitters is gold, and sometimes the most enchanting things might come with a hidden cost. The village embraced the lesson and continued to share their story of the ghost cook with new generations. The story of Binta became a cherished legend, passed down through the ages. It served as a powerful reminder of the importance of integrity and transparency in all aspects of life. The villagers never forgot the story they had learnt. The end. Thank you for watching this story. If you enjoyed it, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to turn on notification so you don't miss out on any of our interesting stories. See you in the next video. Bye.